Hi, this is Scott Dudley, and in this video we're going to take a look at how you can track form submissions in Google Analytics. So before we get started, it's probably important to mention that this will only work where you've got the when the form's submitted, it takes you to another URL. So the URL needs to change in order for this to work. There are some Ajax forms around where you submit a form and the URL doesn't change, it stays on the same page, and then it pops up a thank you message and the form actually submits without going to a different URL. So that won't work in this particular case. For that, we'd need to do another video. It's a lot more advanced. Need to grab information from the source code and use that, the class names and the class IDs. So yeah, that's a completely different thing. So what we need to do for this is go into Tag Manager, and then we go to Tags. And then the tag that I've already set up is this one here. So the standard event name for a lead or a form submission in GA4 is generate_lead. You can put your own event name in here, but where possible, it's better to use the standard event names. But if you are creating one, a customized event name, just make sure that any spaces you use the underscore, okay, because otherwise it won't work, and it needs to be in all lowercase. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is pop in our parameters. So you want to pop in page_location and page URL as the value, okay, with the curly brackets around it. An easy way to get that is just to click on this brick thing here to the right hand side and then click on page URL, and then it will automatically format it correctly with the curly brackets around it. And then anything after that is optional. I've just put in here form and then the type of form, which is a lead magnet, but it's only really the first one here that is necessary. Okay, and then once you've done that, you need to set up the trigger. So you want to select a page view, and then you want to have a referrer and a page path here. So the referrer is the original page that the person is on when they submit the form, and then the page path is the page that they end up on. And you need to make sure that you get the right combination here between equals, contains, and starts with. So basically what I want to do in this particular case is I've got form on my website, but it's on all the pages. Okay, if we scroll right down to the bottom, it's in the footer here. So basically this form appears on every single page. So I've popped in here, the referrer needs to contain scottdudley.com, which basically covers every single page on the website. And then page path contains, and then I've got this thank-u with the slashes. So basically what this means is that they can start on any page on the website, but they have to end up on this thank you page here for it to be considered a conversion. And logically that makes sense in my particular case, but for your case, you would want to make sure that you use the right combination of expressions here to make sure that the logic works. Okay, so once you've set up your tag and your trigger, make sure that you save it. And then you want to go into actually want to publish it as well. Make sure that it's published. Then we go over to Analytics, to GA4, and if we go to Admin, and then Events, and you'll see I've already created one here for Generate Lead, but to actually, if I click on that, I think it will take me to the report. Yeah, it does. So if I just go back, you want to go to Create Event. Here we go. So the custom event name is generate_lead. The parameter is event name. And then the operator is equals, and then the value is page_view. And you also want to put in another one, so you can add conditions in here and take them away. You want to have two of them. The second one is page_location, and then that contains, and then the value. So this is the value from the URL for the page that they end up on after they've submitted the form. So in my particular case, they end up on the page that's got thank-you. But whatever you pop in here, you want to make sure that it's only going to trigger for a conversion once somebody's actually submitted the form. Because if you've got other pages on your site that have thank-you in the URL, then obviously it's going to come up with incorrect results. Okay, so once you've done that, you can click on Save. And then the other thing that we need to do is set up the custom definition. So still in the admin menu, we click on Custom Definitions. And then you've got custom dimensions and custom metrics. So basically custom dimensions, they're usually text-based information such as cities or page URLs, and custom metrics and numbers. Okay, so in our particular case, we want a custom dimension. And this form here has come from inside the tag. Okay, so remember this first one here is mandatory, and then the second one here is optional. Or you want to make sure that whatever you pop in here is then added into GA4 as the event parameter here. I've already saved this, so I can't click in here, but you can see that it's already saved as form. The dimension name doesn't have to be the same as the event parameter. That can be more of a descriptive field, but you have to make sure that whatever you pop in here, which should be lowercase, that needs to be put in as the event parameter in here. Okay, and then you click on Save, and you'd have to wait 24 hours or so for the events and the custom definitions to actually show up in GA4. But to test this, what we can do is open up the debugger. So we'd go to Preview. I'm just going to pop in my homepage URL in here, click on Connect. I'm just going to put in a fake email address in here. Click on Subscribe. It will take me to the page that I was talking about, thank-you. If we continue in here, and if we click on thank you here, you can see it there already. So GA4 event conversion, the tag is fired. Okay, so all of these conditions have returned as true. So the referrer contains scottdudley.com, which we know it does because it's the home page. and any page on the website would have passed for this. And then the actual page path that it's landed on contains the /thank-u/ which is this page here, so thank-u. So we know that that works. And then if you haven't already, just make sure that you publish the changes here. I did mention this before, so you need to submit. And then within 24 hours or so, you should see those conversions start to show up as events in GA4. And if you wanted to mark them as conversions, then if we go to events, you can turn them on as conversions here. So you can see that I've already done this. Generate _ lead is marked as a conversion, and then that will show up under the conversions tab here as a conversion. So only the events that are conversions show up here. So hopefully that was helpful. If you've got any more ideas on videos that I should be creating, just let me know in the comments. Thanks.